After over a month on the Camino de Santiago and staying in a different room almost every night, plus a whirlwind vacation through the south of Spain and Portugal, we are exhausted. It's time to slow things down a bit, so we're taking the ferry to the enchanting land of Morocco. So this week we've crossed the Gibraltar Straits and we're hanging out in the gorgeous and historical city of Fez, Morocco. We're going to take you to the largest Medina in the world, show you some of the most beautiful architecture in the world, and discuss all the details of what it's like to live local life in Morocco.
We're stuck on a ferry that's 30 minutes late leaving. First ferry got canceled, put us on the later one, and it's delayed 30 minutes so far.
Alright guys, we made it to Tangier, Morocco, and we finally woke up and proud ourselves out of bed because it was really late. We're going to go explore now.
Let's go exploring. Alright, first things first. We're going to be here in Morocco for probably a couple of months, so we have some logistics to do. We need to go get another phone card for my phone because Google Fi has kicked me off and I haven't had internet in a couple of weeks. We got one quick one for Ryan's last night, but we need to top it up. We need to find coffee, post haste, and I need to get a few more clothes. We just shipped home a bunch of our winter clothes because we're not going to need them now that we kind of know our travel plans for the rest of the year. We're not going to need them, and I'm going to need some more long flowy dresses. So we're going shopping. Well, I think we got enough to eat.
We actually ordered 2 breakfast and yeah, we're going to be full for a while. It's open. It's supposed to be open 9 to 8.
Obviously not.
So it is nice.
Well, we aren't having much luck today. So, a big Islamic holiday, Eid al-Adha, was this week. It was supposed to have ended yesterday, but a lot of the stores here in Morocco were closed and stuff. We thought they'd be open today, but pretty much everything is still closed. So today's Friday, so we think maybe they're just like, we're not opening for one day. We'll just stay closed. So pretty much everything's closed for today. We were able to get Ryan's phone maybe working, but we were not able to go to the other phone company to get mine. I don't think I'm going to be able to do any shopping because pretty much every clothing store is closed, and so I might not get much done today.
Y'all, I'm usually not one to take videos and pictures of animals. It's weird when people do it to me, but these cats here crack me up. Like, they're just like almost comatose. It's like the 10th one we've seen like this. Morning, y'all. It is another travel day. We are leaving Tangier today and going to the ancient city of Fez, which is going to be our home for the next month or so. We've got an apartment rented in Fez, so hopefully we will finally be able to settle down for a little bit and get some stuff done because we're behind on literally everything. Well, I mean, we got the warm Moroccan welcome. We've pretty much been hit by or evaded every scam known to this area. So been overcharged for a couple of meals at local restaurants. Definitely got the tourist price, and you know, I had to fight off someone trying to get money from us for walking with us to our hotel the first night. Wanted a tip, and just, which we didn't have any on us, and you know, just vendor scams and all of the above. It's one of the reasons this part of the world can be pretty frustrating and tiresome to travel, honestly, but it's been that way for a million years and it's not going to change. So just kind of something you have to have to put up with, unfortunately. Thankfully, on the opposite side of it, Islamic hospitality is known across the world. Like, it is a tenet of their religion to be hospitable and kind to guests. Nobody will cook for you like a Turkish grandma. I don't want to put you off from traveling to North Africa for sure, because the average everyday person who lives here is awesome. It's just the tourist industry in this region can be really frustrating to deal with. But anywho, we are catching a train today down to the city of Fez, and it should take us about 4 hours, we think. Morocco's come along, skinny country, so it should take us about 4 hours to get down there, and we'll see you on the train. Oh, y'all, I just looked at my hair and holy cow, I've been on a train all day and whew, it was crazy. I just been talking to this person. He's probably looking at me like I'm a wackadoo. I looked like a crazy person. But anyway, we just got to our apartment here in Fez. It's in a beautiful spot. It's like in the, like, not quite old town, not quite in new town. It's kind of both. I knew it was a cool apartment from the pictures on Airbnb, but it is a massive, amazing apartment. So let's start with this ridiculous living room. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 couches, 20 couches. I don't know. Most importantly, because it's like over 100 degrees here, there's air conditioning, so that's delightful. I don't know how many friends we're gonna make here to bring to all these couches, but at least I'm gonna sit in a different place for the next month every day. Our lovely bedroom, which also has, I mean, like, this has all the details. It looks like it's someone's home. Like, there's literally every kitchen appliance you can imagine, which I'll show you in a minute, but really nice dressers, really nice. We have our own balcony. Don't let me forget, I'm supposed to water the plants. Bathroom number 1 has a gigantic soaking bathtub. Yes, please. We also have, it's dark in here so I don't think you can see, but there's a washing machine in there.
That's the other bathroom.
Is the secondary bathroom. This is the pooping bathroom. Love it. And that door's locked. I assume it's like a second bedroom would be my guess, that they don't let guests in. We do have this whole place to ourselves. There's no one staying here or anything, but I'm assuming they use that for like family storage or something. And this is our great big gorgeous kitchen with a gas hob, tons of cabinets. We even have like a waffle maker or a grill panini thing, blenders, toasters, a great big coffee pot, a fridge, and separate freezer. If I knew how to use these Moroccan clay pots, we have those. I do not know how to use that, but if we did, we have a microwave and a toaster oven. And then there is a glorious like outdoor dining space. And it's not really outdoor. It's got big windows. It's like an enclosed
Sunroom.
outdoor space, summer room sort of thing, with a stereo and a reading nook. In the winter, a fireplace. We will not be needing that. But yeah, so this place is amazing. And I'm gonna go take a nap now.
And if he wasn't one of the nicest guys who showed us around and was talking about everything and telling us where the grocery store is and all that, he left us Cokes and juice and water and treats.
Ooh, Moroccan tasties. Y'all, there are just some things that every expat has trouble letting go of, or traveler that you just can't get out of your system. It's like wired in your DNA. And for Ryan and I, it's shopping. We cannot not grocery shop like an American. As if we had a Tahoe in the parking lot that we're gonna go home, that we're gonna go fill up. Except we don't. We have 2 grocery bags and we're gonna walk home with them. But does that stop us from buying a 2-gallon jug of water and a gallon jug of milk, or a couple of small things of milk, and pots of this and that and all the other, and bags and bags and bags of things? No. No, it doesn't. It never stops us. We do it every time.
This is awful. This is awful.
God, I didn't pick the 25-minute one.
No doubt.
That was positively dreadful.
It was bad.
You grumbling about?
The differences between finishing and putting our stuff back on the couch and setting the couch up, from me to yours.
I think it's a matter of taste.
Since you little weirdos love to see us go to the grocery store, we're going to show you what the Moroccan grocery store looks like today. This is the Marhain or Marjane. It's a big chain. They got good stuff.
Lots of meat tubes. We bought one the other day we thought was beef. It was not. Not sure what it was still. It was edible, but we don't know what it was.
The world's biggest pack of butter. $25 worth of butter. Reese's peanut butter and Nutella. Nesquik, that's going in the cart. Himalayan salt, need that, going in the cart. Well, I already put it in the cart. What you getting, boo-boo?
Tuna. Just trying to figure out which one's just in water and not in oils and all other things.
A bit hard when you don't read Arabic.
Or French.
There's actually a really surprising amount of American junk food, especially candy and cakes and stuff like that.
When was the last time in the States you saw Tom and Jerry on something? Bet it's been a minute. There is no alcohol sold in Moroccan grocery stores, so they have sans alcoholic drinks.
The best part about these stores is the fruit and veg and the spice aisle.
Unlike at home, eggs here are still $1. Lots of seafood. You gotta take your fruit and veg to the little guy at the weighing station for him to give you a ticket. What?
Hummus.
What did you say?
Hummus. It's called hummus.
Oh.
They have some very, very tasty jalapeno flavored lentil chips here, but they're out today.
Well, we've successfully filled up another cart again. Go us.
So you can get a customer discount card here at this Marjane store. You just scan the QR code and go online if you have a Moroccan phone number. And get you, the promo stuff and a few cents off.
You want to take the stairs, babe?
No.
The Moroccan dirham is like 10 to 1 to the US dollar. So like 20 dirham, $2. 10 dirham, $1, whatever. And most of the things are about comparable, like at least to where we live in the South. So if something costs 20 bucks in Arkansas, it's probably going to cost the equivalent of $20 here. So the 1,200 dirham that we just spent at the grocery store, it's 120 bucks. We're terrible shoppers. But anyway, that law doesn't apply to like everything though. Definitely some things we've noticed that are different. Cokes and candy bars and stuff here are still cheaper. They're less than $1. I feel like groceries are fairly close to the same, except seafood's a lot cheaper here. And like any American brand is more expensive here. That's pretty normal across the board anywhere in the world. Let's see. Clothing, if you go to one of the really local stores, it's way cheaper here. If you go to one of their branded stores, not an H&M, like they do have H&M, but like if you go to one that's like a chain store here, it'll be similar to H&M or Stradivarius or whatever. Oh, we had sushi the other night. 2 appetizers, 2 sushi rolls, 2 drinks for less than 20 bucks. That's not happening in the States. Taxis here are really cheap. I don't think we've paid more than $5 for a taxi. But some things are more expensive, like novelty things. Like for instance, a gym membership, you know, we can get a gym membership back home at 10 Fitness or whatever for 10, 12 bucks a month. Here is 45 to 55. So that's more expensive. Anything that's like organic or sort of bio, or it's what they call it here, or like supplements, anything like that's going to be more expensive here. Shipping from Amazon to here is just a ridiculous no-go. Let's see, my arm's going to sleep, y'all. Probably because that's 50 pounds of groceries on it. Medical care. My doctor's appointment the other day, just yearly checkup, was 30 bucks. I mean, you can't really beat that. But then I had lab drawn and it was like $70, I think, $70, $75. I had 3 labs drawn. One of them was a more expensive one. It would have been more expensive at home too. So, you know, just kind of depends on what it is. Anyway, so that's just kind of a rundown. I would say on the whole, it's definitely a fairly inexpensive country. It's not the cheapest we've ever been to. We were told, oh, Morocco, that's like the cheapest country I've ever been to. No, it's not, or hasn't been for us. But it is definitely budget friendly. Good morning, people. Well, welcome to Fez. We've been here for about a month and we've barely left our apartment. But after the Camino and moving like every single night, we just needed to Netflix and catch up on some work. So we've barely left our apartment in a month, but today we're finally going out to explore Fez and we're super excited. Fez is one of the 4 imperial cities of Morocco. So the cities that were like kingly before the French takeover and such. And it has one of the oldest universities in the world. Some say the oldest. It has one of the biggest and oldest pedestrian market zones. The Medina here, Fez el-Badi, is one of the oldest and one of the largest. It's supposed to have like 10,000 streets of just winding shops and mosques and historical places and synagogues. There's a big Jewish population here in Fez. So yeah, we're gonna go explore it. We've been told that you should probably have a guide. We're gonna try to do it on our own and hope that Google Maps doesn't lead us astray. We have downloaded a map just in case. We've plotted out all the points we want to see. So wish us luck. Say a prayer for us that we don't get lost in the Medina and never find our way out. Well, we did leave the apartment, but now we have to go back because I got excited to leave and I didn't eat any breakfast. Okay, I think I'm ready now. I've completed the morning rituals. Y'all, if we ever tell you that we're getting up early to go somewhere or do something, we're not. We're lying to you. Never gonna happen. Hey guys, you're gonna get to hear me butcher Arabic all day today. It should be a nice change from hearing me butcher Spanish. So Arabic friends, we apologize in advance. Your language is hard, but I'm gonna try. So this is the Royal Palace, or the Dar al-Makhzin. See, here we go already. The foundations of it are from the 12th century, but most of what you see today is built from the 1700s, or the 17th to the 20th century. So 1600s to 1900s-ish. It's uber beautiful, but you can't go in there. You can only go in the gardens, which are free, and take a pretty picture of the door and the gate, which is also stunning and beautiful.
I guess. We made it to Janan Sabil, and it's a really beautiful kind of garden area.
So you can utilize Google in the Medina, but the thing about Google is, or any other map, is that it knows where the location of said spot is, but it doesn't know where the entrance is. So in these big walled cities where there's a lot of dead ends, a lot of cutoffs, a lot of roads that lead nowhere, and walls that go everywhere, there's only one way to get in, or maybe two. So, and Google doesn't know that. So there are signs everywhere, and they're in French and English, Arabic, at least some English, at least it's like sort of recognizable. So you can follow those, which is how we finally found our way into the entrance of the garden. We ignored Google and followed the street sign. So the normal entrance into the courtyard with the big gate, I can't remember the name right now, it's closed for renovation right now. So if you come here, you actually have to go down the main highway to the right and kind of around to the side entrance to the gate, because the main walking entrance, like if you're coming from the palace, is closed. So we are here at Cafe Clock, which is one of the more recommended places here to eat in the Medina, and I think it's probably just because it's pretty easy to find. Right after you come into the Medina, you take an immediate left after the big main gate, and then you take a right, come through the meat market, and it's on your left. So it's pretty close to the entrance, but it's got a really cute kind of, it's like 4 levels actually. It's got a rooftop courtyard. It's not fancy. It's not like super, super cute. The pictures of it I saw online were much fancier than it is in person. But it is really cute. There's lots of places to sit. People are super friendly, and it looks like they have a pretty big menu of stuff. So let's get something to eat. So Cafe Clock also has a cooking school where they do a traditional Moroccan cooking class. If you would like to take a cooking class, you can schedule it online, or probably just come here to the front desk and schedule it too. So while we're talking about the Medina, we are not people who avoid a guided tour at all costs. If you're into this whole like I don't want to look like a tourist thing, let us just put that to rest. You do. You already look like a tourist. They already know you're one, and they probably know where you're from without even asking. People who live in a major tourist city, whether that be Paris or Cairo or Marrakesh, they know. They study you for a living. So you're not gonna not look like a tourist. So you can either wander the Medina all on your lonesome, get turned around and lost 57,000 times, not know any of the history of the things you're looking at and have to Google it, or you can take a guided tour from the tour guides at the gate for 150 dirhams, so $15, and you'll find out all the history of the stuff. You won't be hassled by vendors as much. You'll have time to look. It's for a 2-hour tour, so it's pretty good for $15. I mean, $7 an hour, $7.50 an hour. And you'll find out all kinds of information. There's not a right or wrong way to do it. We tend to not do tours when we're filming for YouTube just because it gets on everybody's nerves that's in the tour, and we don't want our camera in their face and, whatever. This was actually for a private tour. He would have taken the 2 of us, so we definitely thought about it, but we knew we were going to be here all day long, so we did skip out on it. But don't feel like if you're taking a guided tour, you're like doing something wrong, or like there's a time and a place that a guided tour is wise, and not just wise, but it's more enjoyable. You have to know your personality. Like Ryan and I like to get lost and wander, and we very, very rarely bicker about it. but that's not the case for a lot of people. If you're getting lost every 5 seconds and it's causing frustration between you or whatever, take a tour. Like, trust me, you look like a tourist anyway. There's a good time and place for a guided tour. So far, my most favorite thing about Morocco is all the pretty doors and the tiles and all the mint drinks. Mint teas and mint lemonades and ginger mints and
That looks tasty.
What is it?
That's the super falafel bowl or falafel super bowl. One of those things.
Okay then. And I got goat cheese croquettes, basically, broquettes they call them. This goat cheese triangle brioche has sweet chili pepper sauce, and it's like, tastes like, if you're in the States, I don't know if your family makes this, but like where you just take the cream cheese block and then you put like the sweet like pepper jam on top of it. It's kind of like that, and it's super tasty. Nothing better in the world than fried cheese. Cafe clock, 10 out of 10. This is just about the last place in the world I would expect to be listening to Alan Jackson. But we just got our groove on to Living on Love. Alright, so obviously this market is big and wild and crazy and everywhere. However, it's also really organized and pretty chill. Like, we haven't been super hassled like you can in a lot of markets. We've been asked and, you know, whatever, but it hasn't been just like hassle after hassle after hassle. It's actually been pretty enjoyable. And it's pretty well organized. Like, when you get close to the big tannery, you have a lot of leather shops and fur shops and shoes and, you know, and then the food's kind of all in one area and the jewelry's kind of all in one area. And so it's pretty easy to kind of know where you are, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty organized and clean, and yeah, they've been doing this a while. They kind of got the hang of it. So right now we are on top of the Woodwork and Handicraft Museum, but right here behind us you can see the minaret. This minaret is to the mosque at the oldest university here in Fez, and it's actually one of the oldest universities in the world. So yeah, it's right there. You can't go in there, but it's really old. Alright, so the mosque and University Cairene behind me, you cannot go in unless you're a Muslim, and that's like the right visiting times. But right next to it is Al-Atarin Madrasa, which is another university space, and you can go in it. It's supposed to have like excellent green tile work and be really, really beautiful, so we're gonna head there next. Aside from being an intensely beautiful building on the inside, There's not much to see in the Woodcraft and Handiwork Museum. So Morocco is still a huge exporter of tanned leather goods, and they still do a lot of the tanning by hand here in Fez. And so this is Chouara Tannery. It's one of the biggest here in town, but there's actually several in the Medina of Fez, but this one just has kind of a epic overlook, and you can see the people still at work. You can see all the different pools and the different colors and the acids that they use to tan. A lot of them are like alkaline and urine based, so it doesn't smell the best, but actually up here it's fine. So there are a lot of terraces that you can look through. One of them's like a leather bag store. You won't have to search for one because they will find you. Like all you have to do is get to the area and they're going to be like, I have the best view, come to my shop, and just follow one of them up to a terrace. You can tell it used to be a much bigger operation than it is now, because this whole side behind me is a whole nother maybe 3 or 4 layers of pits, but they're all just empty with rainwater and trash in them. So there's a few like tanned hides laying out on the terraces, but you can tell that at one point this was all used as well. So there's some sort of process here that we don't understand. Some of them look like they're filled with trash, but we think they're using bags to like
I think they marked the color.
Like maybe delineate the color, what
yeah.
color it is, or something. Because some of them have hides in them, and this guy over here is skinning new hides to put in. But some of them just have like what looks like cement bags, or so it makes me think it's the dye bags, like the color maybe. Lets them know. We're totally making that up. We don't know.
We have no idea.
It's just what makes sense to us. So we don't think there's actually trash in some of them. We think it's like something to do with their system of organization. Are these drugstores traumatizing for you?
Yeah, because all I can think about is, you want some chai?
If you don't remember that story, one of the merchants in Istanbul offered to take Ryan to get chai and like be his friend and have coffee together, and then he took him to a rug store and dropped him off and left him, and he got stuck with the old merchant looking at rugs for like an hour. This stuff is amazing.
It's not the big one that everybody takes a picture of. That was just a small one.
Oh, okay. As big as this market is, and as winding and as crazy and as many streets as it is, it really has not been a hassle. This market's so chill that that merchant was just taking a nap on top of all of his merchandise. And just like that, we conquered the Medina, folks. This apartment in Fez has been absolutely awesome. We are still in a really good neighborhood, but we are away from all the tourist stuff. We're kind of in the Via Nouveau neighborhood, I guess. So it's really lovely. It was expensive. It was way more than we normally pay, but it just had absolutely everything we needed. And it's really hard to find a long-term stay here in Fez that has even decent reviews. I mean, everything was like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. So this place, the guy who owns it's name is Marwan, and he is amazing. He checked on us at least once a week, gave us everything we could imagine that we wanted and more, and then offered to come get us today and take us to the train station. So he is an awesome host, well deserved. We booked this on Airbnb. And it was $840 for the month. So again, pretty expensive, especially by Moroccan standards, but couldn't ask for a better place to stay at all. It was amazing. 10 out of 10. Davis is happy.
Yeah, hot water.